Most of these bitches is petty.
Hi guys, what is up? It is your girl Petty Paige, Paige Cakes. If you're nasty, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And also welcome back to a lack of eye contact. I really do apologise. I'm still getting used to like filming again and being in front of the camera. I was a bit nervous, but I get into it, I promise. Today we are going to be talking about Blair White and a recent video it is that she posted to social media. This is going to be a really quick video for me. I'm not going to spend too much time delving into this. The reason for that is that I'm working on a much bigger video in regards to Shane Dawson, so definitely stay tuned for that. So just to catch you up to speed, if you haven't already found out from the other drama channels, Blair White actually posted a video to social media in regards to her most recent encounter with Jeffree Star, and the video is titled "By Jeffree Star, You Are a Monster," in brackets, my experience. In this video, Blair basically details her entire experience with Jeffree Star, stating that she wasn't really a Jeffree Star fan and she's definitely never had any kind of encounters with him, and that up until recently, Jeffree Star has actually had her blocked because she hasn't really had a very positive review when it comes to Jeffree Star in general.
Here is my opinion. Jeffree has no receipts. I think Jeffree was loving the downfall of James, and now that it's backfiring, he wants to dip out. And I keep saying you can't put your toe in and then your toe out. He didn't put a toe in. He like body slammed his way in, tried to ruin this kid's life, and now he's saying, I'm in a really bad place. It's a really dark place for me, and I don't want to do this.
So basically, just so you don't have to listen to the first half of this video, what basically happened was Blair White tweeted out that she was going to be making a video on Jeffree Star in regards to the Daffy Vanity situation. Jeffree Star caught wind that she was going to be making a video and then immediately went into her DMs. He requested to have a FaceTime conversation with her and they FaceTimed each other. This was her first ever encounter with Jeffree Star. Now when they FaceTimed, he FaceTimed her with the intention of shutting down this entire Daffy Vanity video that she was planning on making. Probably because she'd be the most successful at this, as catching behavior online is pretty much her shtick. She states that she feels manipulated because Jeffree Star didn't actually tell her the truth and the whole truth. She took his word for a lot of things that personally I think she should have been smart enough to know not to take somebody's word on, and basically aligned with Jeffree Star with the notion that many of the receipts that people were posting online in regards to the Daffy Vanity situation were fabricated, which is the exact same story that he told me. Anyway, as we know, she received a hell of a lot of backlash for refuting some of these claims in regards to Daffy Vanity, and people questioned her motivation and also whether she was on quote-unquote payroll, because that's the new favorite thing that people like to say right now, that everybody's on payroll. Anyway, just to bring some context to that story, Jeffree Star ended up speaking live with Chris Hansen, who gave him a easy ride, and I'll never forgive him for that. You know, basically dodging every question, misdirecting every question, and basically politicking himself around the entire situation, as well as asking himself questions because Chris really wasn't asking any of the decent questions that needed to be asked. But we did get perfect gold gems such as, who is Jeffree Star today? Like we give a fuck. Like you haven't watched a 12-part Shane Dawson documentary series? Really? And you want to ask who he is today? The same person he was 10 years ago. And that's on what? Pink Lamborghini. Sorry, I got completely off topic, but anyway, after watching that Chris Hansen interview, she realised that what she was told was lies and he didn't actually have any answers like he claimed that he did. So when she took his word for it, she felt like a fool. But she also felt manipulated. And the reason that she felt manipulated was because in the original FaceTime call that she had with Jeffree Star actually ended up playing the voice note, the elusive voice note that everybody keeps talking about, with the damning and condemning information in regards to James Charles. Take a listen to what it is that she had to say.
He then provided me with receipts of a voice memo from a YouTuber who was allegedly sexually molested by James Charles. And it's credible. It's a YouTuber. It's credible. It is not my place to out this YouTuber's name at all. I have privately reached out to this YouTuber and said, hey, I'm a rape survivor myself, because I am. And I should never have been told this, but I want to let you know it's okay to go public with your story. It's okay to be heard, or even just to talk to me if you need to, because I am a survivor myself. So I'm in shock after being given this information by Jeffree, and then Jeffree proceeds to tell me, James will never attack me because I have this on him. I have shit on everyone, which he has said publicly before. I have shit on everyone.
Because I have dirt on everyone, and they know to keep their mouths shut.
I don't view something like this as gossip that you hold over someone's head or whatever. This is something serious. This is a crime. And just the fact that he's blackmailing people with this is disgusting. And the fact that I am expected to hold on to this information as well. And just the shocking fact that this is our first interaction ever and he's telling me this, I'm like, how many other people know this and have heard this voice memo and know that this is the truth?
So she states that the information that was shared in this voice note was extremely credible and that she has actually reached out to the alleged victims just to basically say, I'm a survivor too, I'm here for you if you ever need someone to talk to, but I also highly encourage that you come out with your story because I feel like this is not something that needs to continue. And basically drawing that big red line under the fact that James Charles, who a lot of people assumed was a predator, may well be a predator or a harasser at the very least. Now I'm going to share my thoughts and my opinions on the entire situation. That's pretty much it. For the rest of the video, all it is that she did was talk about the Shane Dawson situation and basically said that although she was friends with Shane Dawson, this is not behavior that she condones and she didn't know about it, as did a lot of people. Not a lot of people knew about all of the video footage and the information that was out there because Home Slice has made so many videos, it's just kind of hidden in there in between some of the semi-decent content that it is that he has. So I don't blame her for not necessarily knowing about the whole Shane Dawson situation, but she just wanted to clear the air on that, and that's pretty much the entire video. Now I do have some thoughts and opinions and perspectives in regards to this, but before I actually go into this, I also wanted just to have a quick conversation with you about my personal experience with Jeffree Star, which I think has kind of been misconstrued on social media. From what I've seen from a DM that was sent to me, if I'm perfectly honest, because I ain't seen shit. I haven't seen nothing. I have most of Twitter muted at this point. I don't hear shit. But from what I'm seeing, a lot of people are stating that myself and Ashley Kyle have heard the voice notes. Now, I watched Ashley Kyle's video a second time over, and I don't believe that she actually said that she heard the voice note. Whether she has or hasn't, I can't state because I don't know. But what I will say is I definitely didn't hear her say that in her video. So I kind of feel like that was 100% taken out of context unless she's willing to provide context to that. What she said was that when he made her aware of the voice note and of the voice note's existence, he basically asked her what it is that she should do. And she stated that it wasn't his story to tell. And that was exactly what she said to him. Now with myself, I was on a live stream on Edwin Costa's channel. You can definitely go check that out if you wish to. Now I was talking about the manipulation of Jeffree Star in regards to how he treats drama channels or people like Blair who do social commentary on YouTube. I basically said what he likes to do is he likes to try and feed people the information, and especially in regards to the James Charles allegations, there were some channels who were able to listen to this voice note, not myself included, and were kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place in regards to reporting on the drama, which actually ended up being that an overwhelming amount of channels were calling James Charles a from the jump. And the reason that a lot of these people were calling him a from the jump was because they had damning information. And I'm specifically speaking about the people who verbatim said that James Charles is a. Now in that live stream, I basically expressed that it put certain channels between a rock and a hard place of doing what's right, but also not outing somebody else's story. Now whilst I was talking about my commentary on the entire drama and commentary community as a whole, for some bizarre reason people have plucked that tiny piece of that segment and put it out there to the universe as, well, didn't Paige say that she'd heard the audio tape? I can promise you, on my daughter's life, I've never heard that audio tape. Me and Jeffree Star have never even spoken about James Charles ever in any of our conversations. I was just aware of that audio's existence prior to James Charles's No More Lies video. And it was in that No More Lies video that it became clear who that audio may have been about. Prior to that, I didn't even know who the audio was about. It was just a rumbling within the community. And if you know anything about the drama community, especially on Twitter, information just gets switched and shared, and there's group chats and all kind of things that go on over on that side. Hence why it tends to be the most messiest part of Twitter too. But just to clear up that allegation, absolutely no, I did not hear that tape I could not even tell you what was said on that tape. I just knew that it existed and that other people had heard it. So when Blair White said this,
and just the shocking fact that this is our first interaction ever and he's telling me this, I'm like, how many other people know this and have heard this voice memo and know that this is the truth?
I could totally believe that, because it seemed as if rumors had swirled around so much that it even made its way over to me, who never even spoke to Jeffree around that time period. But Blair does go on to say that, once again, it left her between a rock and a hard place of doing what's right, but also not outing somebody else's story.
And I want to be very clear, this is not my place to out this person, you know, the victim's name, because this is clearly their story to tell. But you guys have to understand the position I'm in. If I receive credible information that a very famous, very powerful YouTuber is a or, but am I complicit with helping cover up for a by not saying that at least that much is true? That's the battle that's been going on in my head.
And that was literally exactly what I was trying to express in Edwin Costa's Homeboys Got Receipts channel stream thing. But you know how people like to be plucking? Just plucking. Pluck, 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 pluck. People be plucking so much, I need to come and pluck my eyebrows, honey, because quarantine, bitch. Okay. So back to my thoughts on the entire situation. I'm sorry, I keep getting derailed. I think it's absolutely disgusting that Jeffree Star is going around toting this piece of information. He is blackmailing people, he is silencing channels, he is creating narratives on the internet, and he's been doing all three of those things over the past year. And honestly, it's just disgusting, because what he's toting around isn't tea, it isn't drama, because if it's real and credible the way that Blair White is saying it is, then this is a criminal activity, this is a criminal act, this is a offense that took place. Now, originally when I was thinking about this whole entire situation, I thought about the fact that by Jeffree Star just going around randomly telling anyone, even the guys off Mom's Basement podcast.
So if you want, we can pause and I can go in another room and play Banks what I have on my phone, and he can determine if he would have sent the same tweet.
And showing them this recording that he was implicating all of these people in this crime, and that's not fair. So I kind of understood why Blair wanted to excuse herself from that narrative, because once you've been told that information, you can't pretend that you didn't hear it. You can't pretend that it doesn't exist. You can't not do something. And as a survivor herself, I understand why she would find it extremely hard not to take up for the victims and at least give a lending hand. And that's messed up. That's messed up that this information has now become like some kind of collateral in this whole entire situation. Like a chess move. Like Monopoly money in the bank so you can turn that whole street into red ass hotels. I think that having this kind of tea, if you will, on James Charles actually gives him a lot of pleasure. Otherwise, I don't think he would have held on to it for as long as he has. Like, yeah, he could turn around and say it wasn't my place to out the victims and all that kind of stuff. And under any other circumstances, everyone would believe that. But he's still toting it around to individuals in private. This clearly, this voice note, whatever it is that he had, was something that somebody had told him in confidence and in private. So why is he now using it as some kind of manipulation tactic? I honestly think it is completely sick. And unfortunately, I feel as if this whole entire situation is going to apply pressure to the victims of this alleged crime. And we could possibly end up with a situation where they actually speak out about it. So as wrong as it may feel, maybe, and definitely totally self-serving in terms of wanting to remove herself from the narrative, I think it could totally show the victims that they have got a hell of a lot of support on their side and that people are willing and welcoming to hear them say what it is that's on their chest. If you remember from the No More Lies video, in the message that Jeffree Star sent to James Charles, it read the following: Grayson is going to go on camera shortly to finally tell the world how you tried to M-word him and touch him in his sleep and made him uncomfortable for months, you sick mother Tucker. It seemed like when he was sending him that message, he sent that message with his whole chest with so much confidence that Grayson was going to be right next to him telling his side. But I honestly believe that maybe Grayson, the alleged victim, may have seen how overwhelmingly successful that No More Lies video went and decided to keep themselves silent, because who was going to believe them? We are in a world now where it is socially unacceptable for a person to out somebody else's sexuality. me. So for the people who are demanding the receipts, ask yourself this. If it's unacceptable to out somebody's sexuality, it is completely and totally apparent to out somebody else's trauma. I don't know if there's going to be any kind of conflict resolution in this. I don't know if Jeffree Star is going to tell his side of the story. I don't know if James Charles is going to say anything. I don't even know if the Dolan twins are going to say anything. But I also ultimately respect Blair White for saying what she said, for standing her ground, and for not allowing herself to continue to get manipulated by Jeffree Star anymore. We are talking from the drama community right the way through to the commentary community of people consistently getting manipulated by Jeffree Star, and honestly, I'm just saying no effing more. Like, we are done. We are done listening to you. We are done hearing your side of the story. We are done giving you the benefit of the doubt. We are done. And honestly, Jeffree, if you are watching this, you're probably not, but if you are, whilst you're in Montana, go and seek help. Because whilst you may not be ever doing this again, that sickness, that disease inside of you is eating you whole, and you need to relinquish them demons, honey. In the name of the Lord, I rebuke thee. Anyway, with that being said, that's all of my thoughts on the entire situation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like it, as well as hitting that subscribe button. Also, remember, I am on Twitch. That's where you will find me predominantly. I know I've been making quite a lot of videos on here recently, but that's only recently. I'll probably get bored again soon. But if you want to hear me do my commentary uncensored, don't forget to go over to www.twitch.tv/PaigeChristieUK. And that's where I reside, and that's where I live. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section down below. I really am interested to hear what it is that you guys think about it. Did Blair White do the right thing, or did she do the wrong thing? Ultimately, is there ever going to be any winners or losers of this situation, or is this just a complete and utter lost cause? Tell me what it is that you guys think in the comment section down below. And until next time, it's been Paige. Bye.
Most of these bitches is petty.